What if I told you that Congress just passed a law that could permanently change the amount of money landing in your Social Security check? And that right now, as you're watching this video, millions of seniors across America have no idea that they need to take action to make sure they actually receive every single dollar they're owed. Let that sink in for a second. We are not talking about a proposal. We are not talking about a committee vote. Congress has passed this. It is law, and the window to act is shorter than most people realize. I read through the official documents, the Federal Register notices, and the SSA implementation guidelines so you don't have to. And what I found is both exciting and urgent, because here is the truth. This new law is one of the most significant changes to Social Security in decades. But, and this is a big but, if you don't take a few critical steps in the coming weeks, you could be left behind. This is happening sooner than you think. And I want to make absolutely sure you are not caught off guard. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I am going to break down exactly what this law does, who it affects, how much money is on the table, and the precise steps you need to take right now, today, to protect and maximize your benefits. Welcome back, everyone. If you are new here, my name is Hostname, and this channel exists for one reason only: to be your guide through the complicated, confusing, and often frustrating world of government benefits. Whether you are on Social Security retirement, SSDI, SSI, or you are a veteran navigating your federal benefits, this is your home. We decode the policy documents. We track the legislative changes. We talk to you like a human being, not a bureaucrat. And we do it every single week. Before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Drop your city and state in the comments right now. Not just because I love hearing where our community is watching from, but because benefit impacts vary significantly by state, and knowing where you are helps me tailor the information that matters most to you. Are you in California, Texas, Florida, New York, Ohio, Georgia, or somewhere else? Drop it below. Let's build this community together. Now, let's get into this law, because this is big. Here is what you need to understand about what Congress just passed. The Social Security Fairness Act has been signed into law, and it eliminates two provisions that have quietly reduced Social Security benefits for millions of Americans for over 40 years. We are talking about the Windfall Elimination Provision, known as the WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, known as the GPO. Now, I know those sound like bureaucratic jargon, so let me translate. The WEP was a rule that reduced Social Security benefits for workers who also received a pension from a job that did not pay into Social Security. Think teachers, firefighters, police officers, and federal employees under older retirement systems. The GPO was a rule that slashed spousal and survivor Social Security benefits for those same individuals. Here's what that looked like in real dollars. Under the WEP, some retirees were seeing reductions of up to $587 per month, every single month, from their Social Security checks. Under the GPO, spousal benefits were reduced by 2/3 of the government pension amount, which in many cases wiped out the Social Security spousal benefit entirely, completely gone. Now, both of those provisions are eliminated, repealed, done, and the Social Security Administration is now working to calculate retroactive payments for affected beneficiaries, as well as recalculate ongoing monthly benefit amounts going forward. Let me give you some numbers that will make this real. The SSA estimates that approximately 3.2 million people are affected by the WEP repeal, and roughly 800,000 people are impacted by the GPO repeal. In states like California, which has a massive population of public school teachers and state employees, the number of affected individuals is enormous. Texas, with its large workforce of city and county employees not covered under Social Security, is similarly impacted. In Ohio, Florida, Louisiana, Massachusetts, and Colorado, educators and public safety workers have been waiting decades for exactly this moment. For many of these individuals, we are talking about benefit increases of between $200 and $1,090 per month going forward. And for those owed back payments, those retroactive amounts could reach into the thousands of dollars depending on how long they have been receiving reduced benefits. This is real money, life-changing money for a lot of families. Now let's talk about who is affected, because not everyone watching this video will see a benefit increase, and I want to be straight with you about that. Here is who this law directly helps. First, public sector retirees. If you worked as a teacher, firefighter, police officer, or government employee at the state, county, or local level, and you receive a pension from a job that did not withhold Social Security taxes, you were almost certainly hit by either the WEP or the GPO. This law is for you. Second, surviving spouses of public sector workers. If your spouse worked in a government job exempt from Social Security and passed away, your survivor benefit may have been reduced or completely eliminated by the GPO. This law restores those benefits. If your spouse has already passed and you have been receiving a reduced survivor benefit or no survivor benefit at all, you need to contact the SSA immediately. You may be owed retroactive payments. Third, SSDI recipients who also receive a non-covered pension. Some individuals receiving disability benefits were also penalized under the WEP. That reduction is now gone. Fourth, federal employees under the old Civil Service Retirement System, or CSRS. These workers were often the most severely impacted by both provisions and stand to see some of the largest benefit increases under this new law. Now, who is not directly affected? If you have always worked in jobs covered by Social Security and have never received a government pension from non-covered employment, your benefits are not directly changed by this specific law. However, if you are married to or were married to someone who falls into the categories I just described, you could absolutely be affected. And here is something I need you to hear. Even if you are not sure whether this applies to you, you should check. Because people have been living under these reduced benefits for so long, some do not even realize they were being penalized in the first place. Let me take just a moment to explain how we got here, because understanding the background helps you understand why this moment is so significant. The WEP was created in 1983 and the GPO in 1977. The original intent was to prevent what Congress called a windfall, the idea that workers with government pensions should not receive the same full Social Security benefit as workers who spent their entire careers in Social Security-covered employment. The formulas were designed to equalize things. But over the decades, advocacy groups, unions, and affected workers consistently argued that these provisions went too far. They argued that workers who split careers between covered and non-covered employment were being unfairly penalized, not receiving a windfall at all, but actually receiving less than they had earned and contributed. The Social Security Fairness Act had been introduced in various forms in Congress for nearly 2 decades. It finally passed with bipartisan support, which tells you something important. This was not a partisan fight. Republicans and Democrats agreed the WEP and GPO were unfair and it was time to end them. The SSA is now in implementation mode. They are working through what is a genuinely complex recalculation process for millions of accounts. This is why patience and proactive communication with SSA is going to be critical for everyone affected. All right, this is the most important part of this entire video. I need you to grab a pen, open your Notes app, do whatever you need to do, because these are the steps you need to take right now. Step 1, create or log into your My Social Security account. Go to ssa.gov and access your personal My Social Security portal. This is your command center. You can see your full earnings record, your current benefit amount, and any correspondence from SSA. If you have not set up your online account yet, do it today. The SSA is going to be sending notices and updates through this portal, and you do not want to miss them. Step 2, verify your employment history is accurate. Once you are in your account, pull up your Social Security statement and review your earnings record year by year. If you worked in non-covered government employment, make sure those years are correctly documented. Errors in your earnings record can affect your benefit recalculation. If you spot any discrepancies, request a correction immediately using Form SSA 7008. Step 3, gather your pension documentation. The SSA will need proof of your government pension, specifically the amount you receive monthly. Pull together your pension award letter, your most recent pension statement, and any documentation from your state or local retirement system. Having these ready will speed up your recalculation process significantly. Step 4, contact the SSA directly if you believe you were affected by the WEP or GPO. Do not wait for SSA to come to you. Call 1-800-772-1213 or visit your local Social Security office and tell them you believe you were subject to the windfall elimination provision or the government pension offset, and that you want to confirm your account is flagged for recalculation under the Social Security Fairness Act. Be persistent, be polite, but be proactive. Step 5. If you are a surviving spouse, file or refile your claim. If you were denied spousal or survivor benefits in the past due to the GPO, you may now be eligible to receive them. Contact the SSA and ask to have your case reviewed. Do not assume that SSA will automatically find you, especially if your claim was denied years ago and you stopped pursuing it. Now is the time to re-engage. Step 6. Be patient, but stay informed. The SSA has announced it is prioritizing these recalculations, but they are processing millions of accounts. Some people will see updated benefit amounts and retroactive payments within weeks. For others, it may take several months. Set a calendar reminder to check your My Social Security portal every 2 to 4 weeks. And keep watching this channel, because as the SSA releases updates on implementation timelines, I will be here breaking them down for you. I want to take a moment and speak directly to you. If you have been living on a reduced benefit for years, maybe decades, I want you to know that your frustration is completely valid. You worked, you contributed, you played by the rules, and a provision buried in the tax code quietly took money out of your pocket every single month. That is not fair. And now, finally, Congress has agreed. You are not alone in this. There are millions of people in exactly your situation. Teachers who spent 30 years in the classroom, firefighters who ran into burning buildings, police officers who kept their communities safe, all of whom have been quietly underpaid by the system they trusted. This change does not erase those years of reduced payments, but it does mean that going forward, you will receive what you earned. And for many of you, it means a retroactive payment that could provide real financial relief. You deserve this, and I am going to keep fighting to make sure you know about every update, every timeline change, and every dollar you are owed. All right, let's bring it home. Here is your key takeaway from today. The Social Security Fairness Act is now law. The WEP and GPO have been repealed. Millions of public sector retirees, surviving spouses, and government pensioners stand to receive higher monthly benefits and potentially significant retroactive payments. But you need to take action to make sure your account is updated, your documentation is in order, and your claim is on SSA's radar. Do not wait. The steps are simple, but they need to happen now. If this video helped you today, and I genuinely hope it did, please smash that like button. It takes 2 seconds, and it tells YouTube that this information matters, which means more people who need it will find it. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Because I promise you, this story is not over. The SSA implementation is ongoing, payment timelines are being updated, and I will be covering every development as it happens. Coming up next, I am going to break down exactly how to calculate your new estimated benefit amount under the Social Security Fairness Act and what to expect on your first updated payment statement. You are not going to want to miss that one. Drop your city and state in the comments below. Let me know if you were affected by the WEP or GPO, and tell me, are you excited about this change, or are you still waiting to see it reflected in your payments? I read every single comment. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. You have earned it.